Welcome back to Noka Media, your source for Northern Ontario homegrown media content.
This is a topic near and dear to my heart. Some of you may know my story. My son Miles Keeney, at 22 years old, died of toxic drugs in September 2020. Miles left our home that morning at 11 a.m. with $10 in his pocket. And I asked him where he was going, and he said he was going downtown. And I said, son, please don't go downtown. He said, I'm going to see my friends. I said, Miles, they're not your friends. They're drug addicts and drug dealers. And like he always did, he said, goodbye, Mom, I love you. And I wouldn't answer him. And he said again, goodbye, Mom, I love you. And I wouldn't answer him. And that was the last time I saw my son alive. Miles died downtown in front of the fire hall on Shaughnessy Street. And soon after, my son-in-law put a small wooden cross, something like you would do on the highway where somebody dies. And 6 weeks later, I found myself sitting alone and thinking, is this all there is? My son is dead and nobody cares. And so through social media, I invited others to put up a cross. And I volunteered my son-in-laws, even though I hadn't checked in if that was okay, to make crosses. And it ended up that they both made about 50 crosses each. I thought if we had 10 or 15 crosses, somebody would take notice that we had another epidemic that's become a pandemic and now an emergency. The crosses were moved to the Paris Street location where they are now, and to date there's about 267 crosses. My family, and in particular my mother, Ellen Pitcher, worked very hard to fill the requests of crosses. We have not been able to fill. Many more requests have been received. A permanent monument will be designed and erected by this summer. Through the process of erecting crosses, I met hundreds and hundreds of families suffering the same loss as me, all over the province. Together, we share a profound grief and recognize complex challenges that our loved ones faced. Before Miles died, I personally did not know anyone who lost a son from toxic drugs. In my efforts to connect with those who knew my son best in his final days, I found myself downtown, talking to those without addresses or possessions of their own. They were more than willing to share wonderful stories about my son and his friendly generosity towards them. I discovered that those I'd once turned away from, the individuals begging on the street, looking dirty, disheveled, and disenfranchised, were the very people who accepted Miles and all his schizophrenic behaviors. I discovered that there was an incredible community of fascinating and fabulous people living downtown. Founders of what is now called Sudbury Outreach Support, SOS, my mother and I responded to the needs of the most vulnerable in the downtown core when services were shut down due to COVID. What began with collecting and distributing over 200 items each week out of the trunk of my car has grown into something much larger and more impactful. Today, we distribute over 2,000 items weekly, again, to some of the most vulnerable members of our downtown community. Those we serve include the homeless, the underhoused, and seniors after paying rent have no disposable income for basic essentials. Sadly, the number of people seeking our help has more than doubled over the years. Lack of affordable housing, food insecurity, and more people living in shelters, living on the streets or in tents or in vehicles than ever before. Our group of dedicated volunteers provides seasonal clothing, footwear, socks, underwear, blankets, sleeping bags, tents, toiletries, and basic essentials. We open once per week, and in that 2 hours, we will give out over 2,000 items. All our clothing is hung on racks and folded on tables. Those that come to us in need are welcomed and treated with respect. And while we provide clothing, basic essentials, and a meal, what we really aim to offer is dignity, compassion, and hope. While a warm coat and boots, gloves, and comforting blanket is always gratefully appreciated by those we serve, it's the human connection fostered through greetings, remembered names, and shared moments that truly embody the mission of SOS. We not only try to meet the physical, immediate needs, but nurture a sense of belonging, respect, and dignity. Our core values, respect, responsibility, accountability, connection, community, and kindness, guide everything we do. Excuse me. They remind us that everyone deserves to be seen, valued, and supported. None of this would be possible without our committed volunteers and the support of our community. We are not funded, and we have no paid employees. The work we do is valued by this community, and we see this weekly as we need to replenish those 2,000 items given out each week. Excuse me. Many times we need to purchase items that are not donated, and those include toiletries, food, hand warmers, gloves. My volunteers reach deep into their own pockets every week to ensure that we have these items. We hold an annual yard sale. Minik and Mario, my valued volunteers, have refurnished furniture, sell it so that we have some money to purchase the items we need. Chris Filleter, a good friend, held a golf tournament this summer, and half the proceeds went to SOS. This work is possible because of our incredible team of volunteers. Operating SOS is very labor intensive. We give our time, energy, and resources because we believe in the power of community. We believe by working together that we can help others not just to survive, but to strive and thrive. Sorry here. I thought I'd have a little podium. Since the death of Miles, I have learned the importance of awareness and support. By coming together, we can amplify our voices, advocate for change, and raise awareness, ensuring that those affected by addiction find the help and resources they need. Again, thank you for having me here, and thank God for putting us in a position to help, giving us a chance to make a difference, and always providing us with the connections and resources needed to do so. Thank you so much.
We are on Facebook, Sudbury Outreach Support. So that's Sudbury Outreach Support, SOS. So you can find us there, and we are located, right now we've just been moved to Energy Court, which is Tent City. So that's behind the beer store on Lawrence Street. We're a long line of CCAN units. So you can come there on Sundays and donate. We're there from 10:30 to 2. We open from 12 to 2, and in 2 hours we're going to give out over 2,000 items.
That is awesome. Now, I was at Energy Court earlier today. I saw the warming center. So where are the CCANs from there? Because I didn't see it. I didn't really look around much, and it's a storm right now. But from the warming center,
they're in a long line. You can't miss them. So we face the warming center.
Didn't pay much attention. Well, thank you so much. We were honored to have you on stage, and hopefully you get some donations and keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Every day.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you have a story or event you would like to see featured on this channel, just send us an email at nocaudits@gmail.com.